Hello, and welcome to the VTOL VR F-45 Spectator cam tutorial. Today, we're going to be going over the Spectator camera. So, in order to open this up, it's the S cam button on your multifunction display, and we're going to be walking through it. So, these two buttons right here, the start and the stop button, once you click the start button, the Spectator cam will be played, rather, kind of, on your display, on your monitor. So, for example, right now, I'm going to click, if I were to click the stop button, you would see this display. The normal, I'm going to stall. That's not good. Do I have enough fuel for this? Alright. You would see this display. The normal display of what you see when I click stop. My helmet is there, and it's a little jittery. Or if I were to click start, you'd see this display where everything's much smoother and you can see things more clearly. That is what start and stop do. Start, basically what the Spectator cam does is it replaces the view that people in your room would see on your monitor. So this SS button, that just takes a screenshot, but it does lag the game. And these modes, these are very important. So right now we're in the smooth look mode, which is slightly different to the regular mode. In the regular mode, when I look around, everything's a little jittery. The HUD is a little bit less clear, and you can see my helmet. But when I'm in the smooth look mode, the HUD is more clear, my movement isn't as jittery, and you cannot see my helmet. Another thing to note, when you're in the normal mode, you look out of my left eye. When we're in the smooth look mode, it's more right on my forehead. Okay, that's the smooth look mode. Next mode is Camcorder. As you can see on the normal mode, I see a camera right here that I can move around with the trigger, and I can move it. But your spectators will see what's coming out of the camera. So it's kind of like a vlogging camera. It's pretty cool for intros. That's what I've been using for my intros and stuff. Next is the stationary mode. This does not change the view of your mode, but as you can see, it is kind of it's like an external angle from where you can see your jet moving, if that makes sense. So as you can see, it is a stationary camera that appears in random locations that kind of zooms in and pans like a normal camera would. The next mode is fly along, which is a little bit closer, and it just kind of flies with you. And again, it's a lot closer to the ship. The next mode is fixed. These are cameras, like I can see the camera right here on this mode. It just changes every so often, and it fixes it to your ship. So it's a bunch of different angles that just swaps between all of them. Next is chase. This just always stays behind the ship. So this is my personal favorite when you're trying to get the external view. And then last, I think, is preset views, which kind of switches between all of them. It is a little bit weird. I don't really know how it works. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know how it works, but it switches between a lot of different views, and it's mainly used for cinematic type shots. And that's it. So I'm back to smooth look. This FOV button allows you to change the field of view. It won't do anything now, but if I turn off auto FOV, so right now the FOV, that's not good. Right now the FOV is standard. It will not change because auto FOV is off. When I click the FOV button, it will either zoom in or zoom out. When I click the auto FOV button, it will do all of that automatically. So if, say, you were outside of the aircraft, it would say put the FOV to automatically to 100, but if you were in the fixed mode, it would put it to, let's say, 10. I'm just pulling those numbers out of thin air, but it basically automatically handles the FOV for you.
Over G.
This audio off, audio on. This so if the audio is on, then the people outside would be able to hear what you hear out of the speakers of wherever you're putting, like, out of whatever audio device you have in your computer. That's what this audio button does. And probably what's pretty important is this big display can be turned on and turned off by clicking the preview button. It does not turn off the actual camera, what your people will see, but it'll just make it so that it maybe saves a few frames so that you don't have to look at it. This auto reset button, so for example, when you're in stationary mode, you can see every few seconds that it switches angles. This auto reset right here does that. So if you put that auto reset off, it will not switch camera angles pretty much forever, as you can see. And if you want to control it further, if auto reset is on, it will switch camera angles when this cycle reset time. So for example, I set this cycle reset time to 12, it will switch camera angles every 12 seconds. That's just what that means. Lastly, this one's a little bit complex, is the look mode. So I'm going to put the mode on chase. You can see that it's chasing me. It's chasing the ship. But if I go over to my EO targeting and maybe target this mountain or something, or you know what, this is probably easier, I'm gonna target the what's it called? The fuel ship thing. So I did that. Now, if I put the look mode on target, you can see that it will try its best to look at the target instead of me. So if I put the oops, I didn't mean to do that. If I put the auto FOV off and I change the FOV to the lowest it can go, you can see, well, no, you can't see in the distance, but basically what it is doing, it is pointing the camera towards my target, which is in this case the fuel aircraft. The missile mode will put that target onto the missile. So if I fire, I will try and target something with a missile, maybe I'll use this GPS cruise missile. One moment. Nav. GPSS.
Over T.
Okay, so now that it's on missile mode,
Shoot.
once I fire this missile, you can see it'll start following the missile instead of me. And that's what all of these modes do. This one is a little bit confusing, so if you can, I do recommend just going into the game and playing around with all the settings. Thank you for watching, have a great day.